Hey everybody,
Hi,
I'm John Bailey from Two Dads with Baggage,
I'm Patty Wary.
and we are here to do our third episode of.
Dinner's gonna be a little late tonight.
Yep, we're still having fun. We're still here. We showed up another week. We hope you did too. So we're making. Patty, why don't you tell us what we're making?
Well, we are making shrimp salad with green goddess dressing. Yum, yum, yum.
That sounds light and kind of summery and all that good stuff.
Clean and light.
Patty, isn't there a story behind green goddess dressing?
There is. There's a great story. So this has a personal story, and the origin story of green goddess dressing goes back to 1923 at the Palace Hotel in San Francisco. So
which we've been to. Love that hotel.
Yes. I was going to say, though, John and I are both Bay Area. I was actually born in San Francisco. So the head chef at the restaurant at the Palace Hotel created green goddess dressing in honor of an actor. I believe his name was William Archer, and he was starring in a hit play called The Green Goddess. So just quick sidebar.
Wait. Are you looking at your notes?
Maybe. I love the idea that the chef, he's like, I'm going to honor this actor. What should I do? I'm going to make a salad dressing for him. So I know, right? So it was originally served over a half of an artichoke, a canned artichoke. And that's how they served it. But the real origin story of green goddess dressing actually goes back to the 1600s. I did some fun research, to Louis the 13th, and it was served with eel.
Ew.
So I know.
No.
I know. Is this like the anchovies?
Yeah, I didn't include anchovies either. I couldn't do it, but we'll get to that. So we're making this green goddess dressing. It has a history. Patty's put her own little spin on it because that's just the way she is. She's a spinner. And so we have a green, but we're making this, the ingredients really quick with you, and then we'll start making it. It really comes together pretty quickly. But for the salad, we need 1 head of butter lettuce. And Patty and I both bought the kind of lettuce that you get at the store that's living. So it pops out. Oh, it popped. It pops out like this, but it's got a root on the bottom, so it stays fresh for a really long time. And there, see, Patty's showing it too. So butter lettuce, an avocado, gorgonzola cheese, and lemon wedges. So that's the lettuce part of the salad. And then for the shrimp, we have 8 to 10 medium-sized shrimp. There's a cup of white wine, which we love, right? Half a lemon, some peppercorns, a few stems of parsley, and salt. So that's it. And Patty, why don't you tell us a little bit about what goes into the green goddess dressing?
So the dressing has a lot of ingredients.
Patty, you're frozen.
You were frozen a second ago. Am I still frozen?
No, now you're not.
Okay. I think the internet gods are not loving us right now, John, but that's okay. All right. So this dressing does in fact have, well, before I start, the thing about this dressing, it's really cool because it's such an old recipe. If you're familiar with it, you know that there's been a lot of different iterations over the years. And there's a lot
wine in it?
No, well, kind of. But there's a lot of different variations you can do. But today, we're making it with anchovies because I love anchovies. But if you don't love anchovies, you could use capers to get that salty feel. So I am team anchovy. John.
I am team capers. No anchovies, please.
I know. Was that
Jay Giles?
That was Jay Giles?
Jay Giles. Yeah.
I thought it was
that was from the 80s. That was an 80s reference for you that are like millennial. You don't get it. But Jay Giles Band was really amazing when we were in high school.
I thought that was the Tubes. It's the Jay Giles.
No, Jay Giles. No anchovies, please.
So anchovies, garlic, parsley, fresh basil, fresh tarragon, fresh chives, and some lemon juice. Some white wine vinegar or champagne vinegar was what we're going to use today. Mayo, sour cream, anything else? Little Dijon mustard, and Dijon and salt and pepper. So it's actually really easy. But before we get into that, we're going to start our water to poach the shrimp. So as John said, we've got these ingredients here. So my water's boiling, and we're just going to throw in these ingredients, and they're just going to flavor the water. So when you poach the shrimp, theoretically, it's going to give the shrimp some flavor. Actually, the jury's a little bit out on what a big impact this makes, but it's kind of fun to do. So I'm throwing in that parsley.
It looks pretty.
I know, and it's fun. And the salt. And I love, you can squeeze the lemon juice, throw that lemon juice in there, and then throw the lemon half in there too. And I got some peppercorn. So
How many peppercorns?
we're going to let that do its thing for about 10 minutes. Should I set a timer? Nah, close enough.
I'll let you know.
Thank you. So then we'll add the
wine in?
No, I forgot the wine. What the heck? That's the most important ingredient. So here's some wine for the water. And here's some wine for me.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
Cheers to you folks at home.
So we're going to make the dressing next, but I got a little story about the Palace Hotel to share with you while we get going with that. I'm going to move some things out of the way because I'm in this kind of funny little corner here. So my mother was also born and raised in San Francisco, and she used to tell me a story about when she was young. And I do not think she was 21 when this occurred. She was taken on a date to the Palace Hotel, and she was wearing a pink dress. And her date ordered her a cocktail that was very popular at the time called the Pink Lady. And when he ordered it, he told the server or the waiter, I would order a pink lady for the lady in the pink dress. So that's a little family story. And did
they get married?
No, that was not Guy.
That was not your dad?
That was not my dad. So I was like, I know that recipe for the pink lady. And here it is in my mother's book that's called Cocktail Guide and Ladies Companion.
Oh my God, wait. It's called Cocktail Guys and
Ladies Companion.
Because those two things go hand in hand, don't they?
It's fabulous.
A cocktail is a ladies' companion.
It is. And here's my mother's from the Poodle Dog restaurant, Patty Finn. This was published in 1941. And if you want to know what's in a pink lady, it's gin, apple brandy, fresh lemon juice, a little bit of grenadine and egg white, and then you shake it and serve it up. So I wanted to make one of those today. I actually asked Scott to make me one when he came home for lunch, but he said no. So.
Adrian says hi. Hi, Adrian. Glad you're here.
I can't get the comments to show. Or maybe I am on that. Okay, so lots of ingredients. As John said, wow, there's a lot of ingredients. There's a lot of prep to this dressing when we were getting ready. Yes. So it takes a while to get everything assembled and pull out all your herbs and stuff. But now it's the easy part. So then one thing to remember is that since you are blending it in a Cuisinart or blender, you don't have to chop everything super fine. So for example, what do I do with my garlic clove?
And we decided Patty's using a Cuisinart and I'm using a blender. So we can show you how it's done in either. It works in either direction. My Cuisinart's really ugly, so I didn't want you to see it. And my blender's really pretty. And I think Patty's is the opposite, right?
I have a new Cuisinart, which I'll move over in a sec so you can see. And my blender is over 30 years old. It's the blender I had when I was a swinging single. So let's just go through the list of our ingredients. Where the heck did I put the list? Here we go. All right, so we're just going to put everything in the Cuisinart. Hey, John, I know you don't like anchovies, but for those people who do like anchovies, I want to just make sure that everybody knows about these Bolino anchovies. I love these because they come in this nice glass jar instead of those metal thingies where you have to pull it across. And you can it's easy to take out the portion you want to use, and then you can just leave them in your pantry. So it's much less messy and smelly than the other kind. So if you don't like anchovies, because part of the reason is that they're kind of a mess, try these guys. So.
Hey, Patty, we have a friend from Indonesia that's watching us. Check it out.
Oh, hi.
Ooh, that's really awesome. We're global now.
Welcome. Welcome to Indian Wells, California.
And
So,
San Diego, California.
yay. So I'm putting in my anchovies.
All right, I'm putting in my capers.
All right. Sure you are.
No anchovies for me.
We got a clove of garlic, and I'm just going to smash it because I love that. I like it. I realized the other day, cooking is supposed to be all therapeutic. It's like therapy. Like you get to smash things. I was like, oh my God, no wonder I like it.
Okay, so we put all the fresh herbs in. We put the chives, the tarragon, the basil, the garlic. I put in capers. You put in anchovies. What else are we putting in?
We are putting in a tablespoon of Dijon, a tablespoon of champagne vinegar, or you can use white wine vinegar. But going with our theme, our show theme of alcohol. So we got the tablespoon of champagne vinegar, which actually I don't think has any champagne in it. So did you hear the news that
vinegar, and now I'm putting Dijon. Did you put the Dijon?
I'm doing it right now.
You're doing it right out of the thing. Look, I made it all pretty in a cup.
I think you did. I ran out of thingies. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way.
And then I'm putting the mayonnaise, 3/4 cup of mayonnaise.
Yes.
Because everything tastes better with mayonnaise.
So, what kind of mayonnaise? Best Foods?
Yes.
And what is
because go ahead.
What's Best Foods? Is it east of the Mississippi? It becomes
Heilmann's.
Is that the right geographic delineation? Did I say that right? East of the Mississippi? Yeah. Yes.
And now I'm putting 3/4 cup of sour cream.
Yeah.
And I think that's a universal word for sour cream.
I love sour cream. And then how about the lemon? We need a tablespoon of lemon.
I put that.
Which is kind of
and then salt and pepper, right?
Yep.
So a lot or a little?
To taste. So if I was cooking a lot of salt, my husband was cooking it, there'd be a lot of pepper.
Okay. Now
all right, do we do anything? Let's see, we did the anchovies, the garlic, the parsley, the basil, the tarragon, the chives, the lemon juice, the vinegar, the mayo, the sour cream, the mustard. And as far as the herbs go, like I said, if you prefer, you can do this with dill, you can do this with cilantro. If there's an herb you like more or there's one that you don't like, you can change it out to your preferences. Okay, we ready? Now you might want to mute because we're gonna
a little bit loud.
Gotta get a little bit louder. It's not gonna take very long. So we're just okay. Ready, John?
Yeah, ready? 2, 3, go.
Oh, it's looking good.
Okay, you can see the color of this. Can you see this color? Look how green and beautiful that is.
That's beautiful.
It isn't. Wow, it smells good. It smells so not anchovy.
Did you put in capers or not?
Yeah, I put capers.
My mother loves capers. She put capers in everything. I'm not a huge fan of capers.
Now what? Are we doing the shrimp?
I think so. So now it's time to throw those shrimp in the pot. So that's what I'm going to do.
So I got my shrimp at the farmer's market from a local fisherman. And that's the beauty of living in San Diego, because we have a whole fishing industry here. And a lot of these private fishermen go out, they catch whatever they catch, they bring it in and they sell it at the farmer's market. So I went down there to buy some of these herbs and vegetables, and I got the shrimp, and they flash freeze it, so it stays fresh from whenever they catch it to the time you bring it home, and it's just beautiful. So they had already deboned and cleaned the shrimp, and they and cleaned it, but left the shells on. So it took me about, I don't know, 10 minutes tops to remove the shells from the shrimp meat so that I have all of that ready to go.
Me too. I got mine from the nice girl at Albertsons, and we had to stand there for 10 minutes and discuss 16 to 20 count or 21 to 30 count because the signs were switched. And I'm not that good at math, but I knew that if it was 16 to 20 versus 21 to 30, the 21 to 30 are smaller, right? And she's like, you know what? I've been selling them all day with the wrong tag on. Nobody asked.
Okay, so these shrimp are this size. So you can see they're not huge, but they're not the tiny little bay shrimp, which really wouldn't work with this recipe because you're looking for something that's a little bit more hearty, but also that looks really good on the plate. And those little bay shrimps are hard to see. So now I'm putting them in to this delicious mixture that we've been brewing. Ooh, that smells really good.
It fogged up my.
So, hey, Kristen. I just want to say hi to Kristen. Dressing makes the salad.
Yes. I love salad dressing. Any kind. Pretty much any kind.
And I always put more than it says because I like so there.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
So how long do these cook for Patty?
Well, I always kind of eyeball it. Are they pink? But this might need a little bit longer. That says like just a couple minutes. Depends on the size. But also.
Like 2 minutes?
Yeah. So, when they curl up and they're pink, you don't want to overcook them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a little ice bath. But I forgot to get the ice. So I'm going to go get the ice.
So I'm going to fish them out of here while you go get the ice. And I cheated. So I made some earlier and I chilled them already because I didn't know how long the chilling process would take. And I didn't want you guys to literally sit there and watch ice melt. So I did it already. But I'm going to fish these out of here because they are beautifully cooked. Wow, they smell great. It's amazing to me how aromatic just a couple sprigs of parsley, some wine, some lemon, and some peppercorns make this kind of delicious, I don't know, basting sauce or whatever we call it, that this is the soup that we've cooked these in, and they smell fantastic. So this is what they look like.
Pretty.
All creamy and right out of the bowl, super pink. You don't want to overcook them, so it's okay if there's a tiny, tiny bit of clear still showing in the spine of the shrimp because it will cook itself when you take it out. By the time you get it all in the bowl and you start your ice bath, Patty, ice bath, then it's okay. Internet problems. Sorry about that. Okay, now what do we do?
What do we do?
We have a glass of wine.
We're going to come. Well, speaking of wine, let me get my last couple of guys out of here. Why don't we talk about would go well with this?
Oh, yeah. Do you have a wine pairing from our resident sommelier?
I do indeed. So, and I love this wine pairing. Where is it? There it is. So, Sydney, Som Sid, recommends champagne, and as she says, duh, or a rosé from Provence, or a Vermentino. And I'm going to use my notes because I want to get it right for you. So I said, well, why? Because I like rosé all day. I said, why Provence? And she said, Provence style is light and fresh, and it has nice acid and can have some savory notes along with the fruit. But here's the deal. It's a place near the water. And since you're having shrimp, you want a bit of that sea salt air that influences the vines that come through. And Vermentino is the same deal. It's an Italian wine that comes from Sardinia in Italy, which is also near the ocean. So here's today's wine tip.
Go ahead.
It goes back to what grows together goes together. So because we're having seafood, we want a wine that is influenced by the ocean. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
I love
Okay,
that.
let's talk about Sardinia for a minute. So,
Let's.
Sardinia, have you watched that Zac Efron Down to Earth TV show on Netflix?
I haven't, but I saw your comment about it.
Okay, you have to watch it because he's not douchey, and it's actually really, really good. But they go to Sardinia to discover or to study what is called a blue zone. Do you know what a blue zone is? So there's these places around the globe that are called blue zones. And I'm waiting for Patty to be unstuck. Was I stuck or were you stuck?
I don't know. I think.
Okay. So there's places around the world that are called blue zones, and they're called that because there is a significant number of centenarians. That's hard for me to say. Centenarians, people who are over 100 years old, and like we're talking about lots of them. And Sardinia is one. And they studied why these folks are living so long. They study their diet, their exercise, how they live their lives, and the bottom line comes back down to pasta and wine. And you know what? If that's the truth, then I'm living forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I wonder if Palm Desert is a blue zone.
Well, it's a blue hair zone.
Yeah, we're close.
But
Yeah, a lot of 80s and 90s. All right. Oh, well, see, you just learn something new every day. That's what our goal is with this show, is to have some fun, have some laughs, but also learn something. Hey, speaking of learning something, so last week we learned a couple things when we had the summer pasta with corn and tomatoes. Shout out to Stacy who made it and gave it 2 thumbs up. If you make our recipes, please let us know what you think. And if you feel inclined, take a picture and post it, share it with us. And then Dee Dee and a couple other people informed us that it is a spaghetti spoon that John was using, not a spork. And then my sister Dorothy gave me this awesome tip, because John and I were talking and lamenting about when you want to reserve some of the pasta water and you forget, right? And then you dump the water into the colander.
Yeah,
and you
had a hint about that?
She has the best tip. What she does is she puts the colander in the sink, and then she puts her measuring cup in the colander. Right? I know. She's the smart one.
Thank you, Dorothy. You're the smart one in the family. You win.
I know. Isn't that great? So I guess we're ready to compose. So
well, I started. I cheated while you were talking. So I put the lettuce on the plate. And so what? Then what?
So what do you have on your plate? Let me see. Lettuce.
I made it all pretty, like a.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that.
Okay.
That. And then, so then what I would do, I like to compose salads. You could also totally make this as a toss salad. You could toss the lettuce with the dressing. You could throw the shrimp in. You don't have to make it all pretty and fancy. But I do like to compose my salads, especially with this butter lettuce. I love these little leaves that are so tender and yummy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a pretty little bed, make it all pretty. Only pick out the best little leaves.
Are you using the little leaves or the big leaves?
I'm using mostly the little ones because I like the tender ones.
Oh, I made a mistake. All right. I'm switching.
Right.
Switching.
Big ones, use the big ones.
I'm switching.
Okay. I think John is coming to peer pressure.
Well, I'm trying to follow your direction. It's a recipe after all.
Well, that's true. So I'm just making a little bed of lettuce. And again, it's how much you want. Like this is going to be a dinner salad. So this is I'm using a lot. And these living heads of lettuce are so great because you can, if you're not familiar with them or you're like, it's kind of pricey. The cool thing about them is they can live in your refrigerator. So you don't have to use them right away. They'll last. And then it's really fun. It's another therapeutic cooking thing is when you're ready to use it, you can either just tear the leaves off as you go and use what you want, or love just pulling that root ball off. It is so satisfying. I love it.
So to Patty's point about how long they last in the refrigerator, because they have the root ball, they stay fresh. And I bought mine on Sunday, and today is Wednesday, and it was as though I had just pulled it out of the ground. So it was really, really fresh and crisp. And that's one of the reasons why I also like to buy the herbs that way, those living herbs that you see in the grocery store sometimes that have the root ball, because they last a whole lot longer. And you know how that is when you buy stuff at the grocery store, bless their hearts, but you don't know how long it has been sitting or how long it took to get from the farm to the shelf, to your refrigerator, to your table. So that's one of the reasons why I shop at organic markets a lot, because you can understand where things have come from and how much longer they'll last. But anyway, the root ball thing is a good pointer. So look for that.
All right. So now, again, since we're composing it, we're going to make it all pretty. We're going to put our shrimp in a little design, however you want. I usually do it. I'm very, I like things symmetrical.
How many shrimp should I put on the salad?
Well, again, if you're going to do a dinner salad, you could do like 5 or 6.
Okay, I'm going with 6.
I'm going with 6 too. Are I going with 6?
I'm going with 6 because it looks nice.
I guarantee John's is going to be prettier than mine. He is much better. His stuff looks much nicer. I'm going to cut up my avocado.
It's the gate thing. I have the gate thing. So, we're born with design sense.
It's true. His house is like insane. All right, so avocado, cut it open. Oh, the avocado gods are with me today. I bought like 4 avocados to make sure that, is it nothing worse than cutting into an avocado and it's like, are you kidding me?
So Patty's doing hers in the moment. I prepped mine in advance because I didn't know we were doing it in the moment. But Patty, show us how to make, I don't know how to do this. Show us how you cut an avocado correctly.
So, cut it around the edge with a butter knife or a regular knife, not a steak knife. And then I'm just going to cut, there we go. I'm going to cut my slices.
I'm watching.
Where'd I go? Oh, it's like Thing on the Addams Family. Oh, the things that pop into my head. And then I'm just going to.
You need to move over. I can't see what you're doing.
Again, I take my avocado out of the shell, just like that.
Can't see it.
I know. There we go. There. And now I've got these nice slices.
Wow.
Yeah.
How come I never knew how to do that? That's amazing.
It's super easy.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Did I do enough? I did. I have the perfect number to go around my shrimp. I think I went a little crazy with the lettuce on my plate.
I'm hungry.
Well, lucky for you.
I know. I'm totally eating this when we go off the air. Okay, now what?
How about sprinkling that gorgonzola?
I'm going to put mine in the middle, all nice.
Yeah. You can do it however you want. And if you don't like gorgonzola, you can use a different cheese that appeals to you.
Feta would work. Right?
Pardon me?
Feta would work.
I like feta with shrimp.
I do too. It's very Greek. The salty and the sweet go together beautifully.
All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to sprinkle all over. I feel like mine needs a little something, something.
How often do you eat salad as a main course, Patty?
For dinner, at least once a week. I make
Really?
a mean Cobb. I love Cobb salad. And then the go-to is, of course, the chicken Caesar. And then, we do a lot of bowls now that are kind of hybrid salads, with maybe some quinoa or beans. I love salad.
So I have been making a taco salad, and literally you use Doritos, and it's so good.
Is that in your cookbook?
No.
Oh.
You guys know I'm doing a cookbook? So, yeah, I got a cookbook coming out. And, Patty, I just found out it's November.
Ooh.
You have a little time to wait. But, yeah, I just wrote a cookbook. So, no, there's a Caesar salad recipe in there, but I don't think the taco salad's in there. I'll have to teach you guys how to do that on another episode.
Absolutely. So I think we're ready. So green goddess dressing, super, as John said, super clean and bright and herbaceous and tangy. And it's just, this is a great dinner.
Herbaceous. Herbaceous, that's a $10 word. I like
know.
it.
I wanted to make sure I threw it in. I wrote it down. Herbaceous.
See, look, it's very green.
Mine isn't as green.
It's almost goddessy.
Yeah, so if you really want to show someone you are impressed with them, create a salad dressing for them.
Wow.
All right, so we're ready. Whizzle.
My daughter's peering around the corner. Sophia, are you hungry?
Hi, Sophia.
Oh, she's going to work. Okay, so I'm just going to pour it on. You're spooning it on. I'm pouring.
Mine's, I think, a little thicker than yours. Mine isn't as green either. I don't know why. Maybe it's this Cuisinart application. You could always serve it on the side. And like I said, you could toss it before.
That looks amazing. Can you guys see that at home? I know the lighting's kind of weird. There you go. Look at that. Oh, Patty, yours is beautiful.
Thank you. I think it's the color of the plate.
Mine looks like a salad pizza. It's very round.
Yum. It smells so good. Scott thinks he's having this for dinner. I'm not sure it's going to last that long.
I'm eating mine right now.
I know. I was thinking about that too.
But I made extra so that the rest of the family can have it for dinner.
We're nice that way.
Well, and this is a good dish for the summer because, you know, it's just light. It's easy to make in advance. You can make the shrimp and just put it in the refrigerator to chill. You can make the dressing in advance. So it's like it's all ready, and all you have to do is assemble it. I mean, we drew it out just to entertain you and show going. But honestly, this would take like, what, 15 minutes from start to finish?
The dressing also makes an awesome dip for like vegetables. I made this the first time for my family at Christmas a couple years ago, and we had like, you know, the extended family over. I literally put it down, and they were like, and when I went back to have some, it was gone. So you could use it on all sorts of different things, anything that appeals to you. You can use it as a side dish or as a sauce for seafood. So whatever you like. So this recipe is almost 100 years old, unless my sisters are now texting and I can see the text. So sorry about that. I wonder if they're texting about Dorothy's shout out.
Lynn was saying it was her idea that Dorothy stole.
But Lynn's recipe was the pork recipe originally. So she got her cred a couple weeks ago.
Isn't Lynn the one that taught you how to make pasta?
No, my mother taught me how to make pasta.
Oh, okay.
That was a story for another episode, though. Can't go there
All
yet.
right.
We can't give everything away yet.
Hi, Dorothy. Lynn. We love you.
So, John, can you, before we sign off, tell everybody again, because I've been getting some questions about how do we subscribe? How do we find the recipes? How do we find the show?
Yeah, sure. So all these recipes are being posted on twodadswithbaggage.com, and the videos can be seen on Two Dads with Baggage on Facebook. So you can watch the whole video again, and very soon on YouTube. So we're setting up a channel so you'll be able to watch the videos. So right now, check out the recipe on twodadswithbaggage.com. This one isn't there yet because I haven't posted it, but it will be very soon. But last two episodes, the summer pasta with corn and tomatoes is there, and then the pork medallions with sherry and mushroom sauce is there. So we're going to keep posting those for you to refer back to and enjoy. This one will be live by the end of the day.
Cool.
twodadswithbaggage.com.
Number 2.
Yeah, see, it's at the bottom. See right there?
Oh, right there where your name is? Oh, right there. Oh, yeah, I see it.
There it is.
That's so clever. All right, so I guess that's it for this week.
What are we making next week, Patty?
I don't know.
We talked about something, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, I do know. We're making stuffed zucchini with Italian sausage and herbs and vegetables, and it's keto friendly. It's very, very healthy, and it is delicious. And this is something that my grandmother used to make, and then my mom used to make, and I've modified so that it's a little bit more modern and not quite so heavy. So tune in next week for stuffed zucchini with sausage and vegetables.
All right. Well, so we'll see you next Wednesday at 1:00 for dinner's going to be a little late tonight.
Dinner's going to be a little late tonight.
It's gonna be a little
late now. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye-bye.
Bye.